Both of you saying, well, Captain Jack is back. Johnny Depp sailing into theaters this month. And what they say is the final installment. It's sure to be one of the biggest summer movies of all time, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. But before we say goodbye, if we're saying goodbye to that eccentric crew, GMA weekend anchor Bill Weir sat down with the man who brought us Captain Jack, Johnny Depp. Hey, Bill.
Hello, Diane. Good day for windsurfing here on the Thames. Greetings from London. And yes, I actually sat down with John a couple of times yesterday to talk about the amazing fact that what started as sort of a sketchy premise, a movie based on a theme park ride, has turned out to be a monster franchise, thanks in large part to his interpretation of that certain character, Captain Jack.
I always knew you were a good man.
When last we left Captain Jack Sparrow, the romantically ambiguous pirate laid a rather unambiguous smooch on Keira Knightley and was promptly eaten by a giant squid.
Hello, Beastie. You know, naturally, what happens in life. When you go into the mouth of something, you must come out of the other end.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Interesting symbolism, for if there is one guy who has emerged from the Hollywood monster relatively unscathed, it is Johnny Depp. It's been nearly 20 years since he fled 21 Jump Street, deliberately shunning pin-up leading manhood to play some of the most eclectic characters in film. Sophisticated choices for a guy who dropped out of high school not to act,
all right, everybody,
but to play guitar and sell ballpoint pens over the phone between gigs.
That's what I did, yeah. That's what I did for a living, yeah. Oh, it was horrific. Saying, how do you do? My name is such and such. How are you doing out there? You have just become eligible to receive this trip to Greece, and
You promise them a trip to Greece and then sell them.
Yeah, and then they order
pens.
like a gross of pens or a couple of gross of pens, with their name on it. Hideous.
He did date a few starlets through the early years and trashed a few hotel rooms, but after settling down with French actress Vanessa Paradis, he mellowed, became a father, and his work actually got more playful. He reinvented Willy Wonka and earned Oscar nominations by playing the creator of Peter Pan
You wounded Peter.
and creating a pirate that is equal parts Keith Richards and Pepe Le Pew.
You stole my boat.
That interpretation is now the center of a multi-billion-dollar franchise, which culminates at World's End in a high-seas battle royale. All told, Depp spent 2 years playing out a little boy's fantasy. You've probably figured out a way in your career to inoculate yourself from a midlife crisis.
I might have gone through a midlife crisis when I was a teenager, though, You never know.
How does comedy satisfy you differently than drama or something tense and psychological?
Oh, boy, it's so much nicer. It's so much better than to have to travel into dark places. It's fun to sort of, release the trapdoor and see what everybody's sort of reaction is,
For all that pirates are clever cogs, we are an unimaginative lot when it comes to naming things.
Right.
I once sailed with a geezer, lost both of his arms, part of his eye.
What'd you call him?
Larry.
But he is still drawn to the morbid.
Dark.
You keep going back to the dark, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's certain things that you just arrive in front of you, like things like The Libertine or Sweeney Todd with Tim Burton, that you just know that there's no way around it. I mean, you must do it.
But do you find therapy in your work?
You definitely do. But, you find therapy in life, in anything, in family and your kids.
And he means that in more ways than one. His 7-year-old daughter recently fought off a near-deadly infection, and he shut down filming of Sweeney Todd to spend a week at her bedside.
As any parent would feel, it was extremely frightening, She's doing really well, and she's pulled through beautifully and perfectly, thank God. So, yeah, everything's good.
Are they your focus group? Do you line the kids up and say, all right, Daddy's going to do a little pirate for you?
The funny thing is, my kids now, they like Captain Jack and they appreciate Captain Jack and they laugh at Captain Jack and stuff, but at this point they started to ask questions, They want to know the motivation.
Listen to me. Yes, I lied to you. No, I don't love you. Of course it makes you look fat.
Okay, Dad, yeah, all right, yeah, it was funny, but why would he do that if he knows that this is going to happen down the line? You know, so I found myself having to explain my character's motivation to my kids, you know.
Daddy, the squid is a metaphor for what?
Yeah, exactly.